Hey everybody, it's Linda, and hopefully the narrative that I posted in the little comment box at the beginning is there. Today I'm going to share just a little bit about internal family systems and the impacts that they can have on our function. I have to wear my glasses because I have to be able to read. So during the first 5 years, I participated in many therapies, and it brought back a lot of therapy from my trauma from my youth. Okay, we got to do 5 deep breaths because my system is dysregulated. So breathe in the word settle. Feel the switch. Okay, breathe in. The word settle. Feel the switch, an in-breath to an out-breath. It's 2. Breathe in. Breathe in. Feel the switch from an in-breath to an out-breath. Okay, finally we're going to breathe in the word settle and rest. Feel the in-breath turn to an out-breath. Okay, that's 5 breaths. After our 5 deep breaths, then my nervous system comes back online a little bit. And now I'm going to share about internal family systems. When I first started out this journey, I learned a lot of things that I could not do. I could not walk. I could not talk. I could not read. I could not write. I could not think anymore. I could not parent. And all of those were facts, just sad facts. So I had to learn, how do I move beyond this? How do I be still in a place and fight? Because the therapies, all of the sessions, and when I started the EMDR therapy, hi everybody, it brought me back into not only the current active trauma, but we started opening up all the channels from any past trauma. And so I was always in 2 levels of trauma, current active trauma, and it's distracting to watch things on my screen, so I have to move beyond the distractions. So the goal is internal family systems. And I started Internal Family Systems in 2019 alongside Somatic Experiencing. Somatic Experiencing is finding the trauma actually in your nervous system, in your parts. So we start with the symptoms. If you can't breathe, then that is a huge symptom. And so we have to learn to still our nervous system, still our mind, our emotions. And I like to think of it as when somebody says to me right now, "Oh, how are you today?" Wow, that is a really complex question to ask somebody who suffers with a functional neurological disorder, because it's so multifaceted. Spiritually, spot on. Cognitively, memory issues. Emotionally, I have to think about that one. Physiologically, heavy, slow, or not. But how am I today? That's just a crazy question to ask somebody who can't even process because your wiring may be crooked at the moment. So, the internal family systems. I'm going to share mine. So there are managers. And the managers are those who manage our function. there are exiles. The exiles to me are the emotional parts, and my managers would manage my functional ability to deal with emotions. So I have one manager part who is called stuck, and stuck actually controls my physical movement. And when stuck is on board, she she's my symptoms. Stuck is my symptoms. Justice is a pissy part. She protects me from emotions and bullies, and she just gets angry. And so when I'm feeling angry, I know Justice is on board protecting me from experiencing emotions at the moment. And again, the emotions are the exiled parts. And so then we have firefighters. I'm going to read this to you. So I got this off of NICAM, which is a mental health. They do training for people. And right now, there's so much training out there, and I encourage you, because they are bringing it to a level that we can receive it and understand it, because they are talking about our nervous system. So there's Bess Vander Kolk. There is Peter Levine, Levine, Porges, Stephen Porges. He does the polyvagal theory. And the more knowledge we get, the more information we have available to us, then we start to put together the part. Oh my gosh, this is actually the wiring. Oh my gosh, this is actually an emotion. Oh my gosh, this is actually, I just need to breathe. I need to oxygenate my physiology, right? My biology. I need to oxygenate my blood, my organs, my brain. And I need to hydrate. I need to be having my water. I need to be doing my deep breathing. I need to rewire my brain. And so when I can look from multiple perspectives to determine where is the symptom really coming from, then I can find the symptom in my nervous system. I connect it back up to my cognitive processing, where I'm feeling the energy in my brain, and then where I'm feeling it in my parts, and if any emotions are active. So managers are the proactive protector parts, trying to keep you from feeling the wounds of the exile by controlling people, events, and other parts. What they look like: they're controlling, planner, inner critic, judgmental, pessimist, people pleasers, perfectionist, self-sabotage, anxiety, procrastinator, high achiever, caretaker, depressive, panic attacks. So these are the managers, and they're going to work proactively to keep you from getting overwhelmed, but then it comes across as, boom, you are now controlling, you're anxious, you can't breathe, you can't walk or talk. So those are managers. And managers they're just here. You can actually talk to your internal family systems. So Stuck and Justice both came at the age of 9. And so when I am acting, or when one of my, because it's not an act, when one of my internal family systems is managing my function, then I can definitely appear as a 9-year-old. Even my signature, I write left-handed, will look like that of a 9-year-old. And my therapist brought that to my attention. It was kind of odd to think about. So the next manager is the firefighter. A firefighter is a reactive. So again, managers are proactive. Firefighters are reactive, and all of this is to when trauma is dropping in your brain and your brainstem goes overload and everything drops out. And so we'll be talking about how the fight, flight, freeze responses all work with your internal family systems. So the firefighter is the reactive protector part, When the exiles are triggered, these come into play to try and ward off the beliefs and emotions of the exiles. So that's where justice, my pissy part, comes in and goes, oh no, you're not even touching Linda's emotions, because I, Justice, am here to take care of her. And so what they look like, their addictions, disassociation. I am a master of dissociation. Rageful, vengeful, promiscuity, retreating, self-harm, violent, binge eating, drinking too much, compulsion, obsession, and overeating. So these are firefighters. These are coping skills, basically, that we use when the firefighters are on board. And the exiles, these parts have been rejected or traumatized, right? Holding deep wounds and memories filled with terror, pain, and shame. Young and childlike, often frozen in time and hiding for protection, they become increasingly desperate to share their story. I think this is why it comes as, for me, at a time in life where I was aging and really evaluating a lot. Okay, they leave the person feeling exposed and vulnerable, something the managers and firefighters fear will destabilize the system. So everybody's kind of trying to work together to do what's best for you. Actually, no, they just don't even care. They're just trying to protect you. So exiled emotions are like sadness, hurt, loneliness, grief, loss, dependency, and anger. Exiled beliefs are, I am not good enough, I am unlovable, I am not worthy. And so we want to really address those and change those to affirmations that I am lovable, I am secure, I am safe. Because when our systems become destabilized, we often are not able to even stop to grab one part of our system. So the qualities held by self that we want to really focus on are compassion. When I started the Calm app, the first thing I did was relationship with self series, and that's where compassion for self came from. Now, I didn't have a memory, so I had to really listen to these things over and over and over. And I think I did hundreds of listening to the Calm app, because I needed, since I did not have a memory, I could not remember to breathe, I had to make it internal. I had to make the word breathe become a part of my routine. It couldn't be a part of my memory, because I can't rely on my memory. So compassion and calm, I love that. We have to be calm, right? Curious. Curiosity has just been the best part of the whole internal family systems experience, because as I would be experiencing different things, my therapist would just ask the question, so can you just be curious about that for a few minutes or for some time? And I would say yes, and I would be curious, and I would talk to my internal family systems. And so I'll give you an example. When I had to relearn how to walk without the walker was a part of me. It was an extension of me. It was how I moved. But now I had some balance, but I had to train myself, look forward, breathe in, head up, shoulders back, heel toe. I had to train myself to walk like that. So now I had to untrain myself that I didn't need that verbiage, or retrain myself that I don't need verbiage. So this is where my internal family systems, which I didn't understand then, had a really big impact. They couldn't do it. we don't want to do this, we cannot do this. And I was not exposed to them at this point, but now I can see where they had a huge impact. Stuck was like, I'm comfortable. I can walk with the walker. I'm okay. Let's just carry on. And but Linda wanted to walk without the walker. And I had regained balance. I was just very slow. And so we had to work. Well, we didn't work with stuck then. We worked with changing my thinking. So instead of saying I can't walk, I had to learn to say I can walk. And I think that Justice was probably on board a lot then, pissed, because all of these people were telling me all of the things I could do, and none of them were experiencing any of the things going on in my body or my brain, my nervous system, the disconnect. So that's internal family systems, the calm, the curious, connected. Oh, we have to be so connected. And you know, we can co-regulate with those in our environment. We either co-regulate positively or not. And so part of this is awareness for spouses, families, just whoever's in your environment, caregivers. They need to understand that when they come into our environment, that we're relying on them to be their best, because we are not capable of, our social cueing networks are off, so we can't even read them correctly in the first place. And we have to teach them that we have to be able to see that they're okay, to hear that they're okay, to really breathe in that, wow, they're balanced when they come to be with us. Confident. We need people to be confident. We need our own confidence. But we get these things from others when they're in our environment. Courageous. Oh, courage is huge for this F&D journey. Creative. Yeah, creativity and clarity. These are all really good things. And they're all part of somatic experiencing too. So, internal family systems. We have managers who are managing our functions. So you can look for things like stuck. Where is stuck on board with me? Where do I get stuck at? And then when you start noticing stuck, then you can observe. And we become really good observers. Is stuck coming from my cognitive miswiring, my misfiring right at the moment? Is it coming from an emotional response to something going on in my world? Is it a reaction to overwhelm because I'm anxious about something? So like today, I have to do a whole lot of emails and responding to things like that. And those are very task arduous for me, hard. And so stuck just kind of goes, I don't feel good. Do we have to do it today? And Justice is just like, oh, hell no, we do not have to do this. Let's just relax and let's take care of ourselves. And Linda, who is learning to be integrated with Stuck and Justice, I want to explore with curiosity. What if Justice and Stuck both step back? So I'll ask them, how about you guys step back? So I can observe this for a moment with curiosity. How do I feel about doing the bills? And it's not even bills, it's correspondence. I feel it in my legs. Okay, so my legs do not want to sit and do that. They want to go outside because it's going to be a nice day. And curiosity and imagination want to go to the lake and paint on rocks. And so do Stuck and Justice. So my internal family systems are really working to help me through a very emotional time. I have a 17, soon to be 18-year-old, and I didn't have guardianship of my children for a really long time. And now he's leaving his guardian's home to finish out his senior year on his own. And as a mom, now that I can remember my kids, my heart just kind of goes, oh my gosh, he's like, oh, this is such a critical time. And that protector mother part is on board. And so I have to just breathe through the emotions, knowing that emotions come and emotions go, and they're valid. These are really valid things we're going through in life. And we breathe it in, and we just experience it and sit with it. But then what I love to do is I can breathe in words, and my favorite words right now are settle and rest. So I breathe in, settle and rest, and breathe out the toxins. Breathe 5 times, and everything calms. All my parts are integrated at the moment. I know that Linda, when I'm integrated, I can be the 61-year-old adult that I need to be, so I'll be able to do my correspondence successfully with curiosity and imagination, and I will be able to calm my internal family systems. So my goal for you is I would love for you to just listen to the voices in your head. And next time one of those voices come in and say, oh, that you can just take that voice and go, where did that come from? Because these voices are trying to really tell us, and we've learned to just go, breathe it in, breathe it out. Where did it come from? Don't want it. No, we need to slow down, listen to the voices, hear what they're saying, notice where they're coming from. Nervous system, cognitive function, emotions, symptoms. And so just be aware, enjoy. That's an introduction to internal family systems. Ask them questions. Who are you? Are you a manager or a firefighter? How old are you? Because they come at different times, at different ages, and then they stay at that age. So that is Robert Schwartz, Internal Family Systems, and I hope you all learned a little something. Have a really great day, and integration of internal family systems is the goal.